All right, Bjorn, you could just describe your character, and then we'll move to Ulf. And Chuck, your character's name was Thor.
Thors.
Yeah.
What was
Okay.
Justin's character's name?
He was one of the pre-generated characters, name and all. So
Falki the Red.
Falki the Red, yeah, he's the smith / like boat builder, tool maker. So he would have his character would have actually built Draengr Thar's like longboats.
Oh, okay, so he built his
Probably
boat.
the one you're riding on now too.
Right. And we're all in the same boat, right?
Yeah, so you guys are on a longboat, not quite as big as like Draengr Thar's like massive raiding boats. So you should be able to navigate into this inlet a little easier than Draengr Thar did. So basically, Draengr Thar is this notorious raider. Young men are basically at his feet, they would die to be part of his raiding party. Very successful raiding party, lots of raiding, lots of plundering, pillaging, and everybody loves Draengr Thar, including the party and everyone back in Bjorgvin. So it's a big deal to go and save this guy. He would definitely obviously appreciate it and relish that, and you would be the hero of Bjorgvin for saving Draengr.
You all know me. I'm Bjornsson, Ironbeard they called me. He's about like a 6'4", but he shrunk down in his old age. He's got a bit of a hump. He walks around with his spear as if it's like basically it's like a walking stick. But he tends to take care of the young'uns, reading them up on their history and the tales and the songs of the people. But he practically raised Draengr Thar, and to see him off away and possibly in trouble, couldn't sit there by and watch it go by. So he's on the ship. I call him Ironbeard because his once blonde hair has turned a deep gray.
Yeah.
His long beard just kind of shimmers in the sea as he's singing. Oh, hear the call of waves so free, the boundless sea our destiny. With billowed sails and hearts ablaze, we ride the tide to unknown bays. I'm ready for my nap now. And he's just currently kind of singing in the back. It's not that he's incapable of any fighting. Being a Viking, he's still pretty strong for an old guy.
Yeah.
But obviously he's seen better days. Looking at his face, not a pretty sight. He's definitely it's probably been bashed in a few times, and the fact that he still made it to 55 is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
But a lot of people have a lot of respect for him just as an elder. And he's not necessarily expecting to come back from this, but he's probably been through worse.
Yeah, and for Vikings, it's an honor to die in battle. So.
And to die for Draengr Thar, well, that'd be a great honor indeed. Hinga dinga dunga.
So you're the boat you're on. There are other people with you. One other guy besides you guys that is a notable character is this guy Spend. And he was actually in Draengr Thar's raiding party when he ran ashore. So basically, they kind of hit the storm, and the mast of his longboat kind of got splintered, and the boat was unsaleable. So they kind of made their way into this inlet, and Draengr Thar sent Spend and one other scout to basically go run back to Bjorgvin, which is still attached to the continent, but it's very, very, very far north is where this inlet is, very far from the nearest Viking settlement. So it took them a while to get down there, and actually only Sven returned. The other scout got killed by wolves from the forest. So Sven
What
is
did I
returned.
tell you about the wolves of the forest?
So Sven is
Away
returned
from those
with
fucking
you.
wolves.
Ulf, your character.
Right, Ulf Kolbeck, mid-20s, 5'9", spent some time in England, got about shoulder-length hair, pretty well-groomed beard down to about mid-neck. Not too much else to say about me.
And you are the
Navigator.
navigator. navigator, right? Yeah. Okay. So you would probably be at the front of the boat, sort of like looking out for shore, doing your whatever calculations, looking at the stars, whatever it is you navigators do.
Right. So I'm wearing some chainmail, and over it I do have a nice fur cloak made with some English sheep's wool. The fur possibly made a wool for, something like that.
Are you youngins with your metal armor? Make you weak? Back in my day, you just took a sword to the stomach. And you didn't complain about it neither.
Probably because they're dead.
And he kind of just lifts up his shirt and you just see a whole bunch of stab wounds. You don't always die. And he puts his shirt back down.
Something that you guys
stabbed.
would know or notice is that my accent is a little bit more
English.
Anglo and English.
Yeah.
Being that I did spend approximately half of my life being raised by the English on the Isles in Dane's land.
So were you just taken in as a slave and just kind of came part of the tribe?
We got left behind by a raiding party, or
They could have just been settlers
true.
from Denmark or any of the
I'm
English
trying to
Scandi
see.
places.
I think. Yeah. So I was part of. I would have. Let's see. That time, I would have been on a ship navigating it during which time the English and the Vikings were at war over England, and I was captured by the English. I was able to escape the camp and was taken in by an English woman who raised me essentially as her own. And then it wasn't until Draengr Thar actually came over with his expedition that I was able to return home. And so now it's, he came and rescued me, so now I'm gonna go rescue him.
Are you youngins with your backstories so in depth and in detail? Back in my day, it was just good enough that you had a sword and you were going to a dungeon.
Thors.
All right, yeah. So Thors Thorsson is actually from Iceland. His cousin is knows Draengr Thar, like he worked with him, and actually got him to go over and become part of the raiding parties there. Thors is a huge dude. He's not the biggest Norseman you've seen, but he's up there. And and so he gives he's from Iceland sucks to live on, so he gives a lot of his raiding spoils back to home. So he's his equipment's good, but he doesn't look like someone that's had a lot of raiding experience, but he has. It's just he's wearing leather and chainmail armor, very standard stuff for the more middle class kind of guys, while he doesn't even use a sword. He actually prefers a rather sizable axe. And it's highly detailed on the axe head itself. It's actually pretty shiny. You'll notice all this silver inlaid on his the axe head. But yeah, and so he owes not only his better life and just pride as a warrior to Draengr Thar. It's he's actually helped out his his family.
Nice. Yeah. That's kind of what I was looking for. Everybody should have some deep connection in one way or another, And some of the other people in your crew right now could just be young raiders who idolize Draengr Thar and really want that attention from him. Having saved Draengr Thar would be a huge accomplishment.
Yeah. Thors is in his early 20s, so he's kind of that going on too, kind of idolizing him, but also a deep respect.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Yeah. Hey, Justin.
You made it.
Welcome, Justin.
Just in time.
The golf clap.
Actually, the other three just got finished introducing their character and describing who they are. So you can jump on that next.
Alrighty. Well, you all knew me. I'm Falki the Red, smith. build the weapons, and I assist with the ships.
Aye,
Cool.
Falki.
Are we in an AA meeting?
So,
I
yeah.
assist with the ships, and I am a Viking.
So again, like I said, Draengr Thar's raiding party kind of got run ashore through a storm and landed in this inlet many miles north of Bjorgvin, which is like most northern, township in this Viking community. And when he ran ashore, the boat was, unsaleable. The mast split, and so he ran ashore. Draengr Thar himself was also pretty badly wounded. Several of his men had drowned, and several others were also gravely wounded. So Draengr Thar sent two of his strongest men to return to Bjorgvin and let everybody know, because he was fearful that he would die, and that his treasures would never make it back home. So you all have a deep respect and connection or relationship to Draengr Thar, but also that there's quite a bit of booty. You know that there's treasure that Draengr Thar was returning with. So for some, maybe not you guys, maybe some others on there in your crew, because there are some others with you. The treasure is also a big part of going there, and yes, save Draengr Thar, but there's also bounty. So only Sven, only one of the two scouts returned. The other was mauled, was taken down by wolves on their way back. So you guys are on a smaller longboat. So like I said, you guys should have a little bit easier time navigating in this inlet than Draengr Thar's long, large raiding.
So as we're traveling, Bjorn is gonna kind of stand up and tap his spear on the boat a few times to kind of get everyone's attention.
Yep.
Sven.
Aye.
Now, Draengr dog. I'm old. Draengr Thar sent you.
Have you
back.
been hitting the meat already?
Yeah, damn youngins. Tell us, what is it that has taken him from us? What was it that sent you to us to go back and find him?
There was a terrible, terrible storm. Our best navigators couldn't predict its patterns or moves, and the waves were taking us on, and the wind split our mast. We had no choice but to go ashore. The boat was taken on water fast, and when the mast fell, it struck Draengr Thar, and he was pretty badly hurt.
Well, then we've no time to waste.
And a bunch of our men drowned. Others were gravely wounded. Draengr Thar himself was pretty badly hurt, and he just wanted to. He sent us back to Bjorgvin to seek help.
So Sven, to be clear,
Yes.
the only dangers that you know of are the waves themselves.
Correct. The minute we landed on shore, he had sent us down, and we follow every command of Draengr Thar. So we did as we were asked.
I was hoping you'd be more useful, and he's going to sit down. And he sings another verse, the salty spray upon our skin, and just kind of pounding his staff in time. The whispering wind, the tales within, we forge our path through storm and tide, our Viking spirit never to hide. Oh, no,
That's nice work.
I expect you to clap for that.
So, what do we have for skills? We'll just leave it. Yes. So Sven is. You guys have known Sven for a while. From in Bjorgvin. I mean, you guys are all people of note in the town, and Sven is as well. And you trust that he's telling the truth, and he appears to be sincere in that. That they just landed on shore in this inlet because they had no choice, and many were badly hurt, and Draengr Thar sent him and one other compatriot to go back to Bjorgvin and recruit help. So on that, the navigator can give me a pilot boat roll. I'm assuming as the navigator you would.
Yeah.
Okay. To see. So you see, based on you and Sven are talking, and kind of he's like I think it should be around here, and you start to gain sight of this inlet where Sven has guided you. So we'll do a pilot boat roll as you navigate your boat into the inlet.
All right.
Cliffs in the distance are ill omens.
Yeah, I did very good.
Wow. Okay. Oh yeah, this is a breeze for you. You're noticing like some rocks and some choppy water, but you're making clear headway right through them, missing anything that could potentially, disrupt where you're going. So you see steep forested cliffs line the entrance to Drangr's inlet, obscuring it from view from all but the most eagle-eyed sailors. So you guys are make it through the inlet successfully, and you're approaching shore. I'll take a spot hidden roll from whomever would be kind of taking this site in.
I mean, I'm definitely keeping an eye out.
I mean, I'm also driving.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Falki is just kind of like
got a
within himself,
5.
like especially after hearing about the drowning man.
Oh,
like
that's a
he's,
D20. Hold on.
kind of like just in his own
There we go.
fields.
That's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got a...
Yeah, no, my old eyesight is not faring me well here.
How old are you again?
Oh, watch out for the duck! Oh no, that was.
I have an extreme success. I almost crit.
Yeah, that's pretty good. There's one thing I want to.
You see the giant tentacle coming out of the water.
I passed by about 20 points as well.
So, sorry, give me one sec. There's one thing. Okay. So, who got the extreme success?
Thors.
And Ulf got a success as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Ulf, you see very apparent the wreckage of Draengr Thar's ship right on shore. The remnants of Drangr's longboat. Surprisingly, because the way that Sven had described them landing on shore, the hull is utterly shattered and barely recognizable. To which Sven makes a remark on how grievously damaged the boat is now compared to when it left.
You mean like something worse happened?
Yeah, like when they got off the boat, I mean, the mast was broken and they were taking on some water and some stuff. But I mean, now the hull is just completely shattered and broken apart. And it wasn't that way when they had landed. So it seems
I'm pretty sure
something else.
I'm pretty sure like I worked on this boat. Do I have any ideas of like what could have caused this damage?
When you get off the boat, you can inspect it further. You can give me like whatever relevance, investigation or.
I'm also going to make a roll. I'd like to do a nature check. A nature roll to see if I can tell what beast.
Before we get to that, I'd like to address Ulf's extreme success. Thor's extreme success. So, the attention is on this ship and Draengr Thar, and Sven's remark on how this is not the state that the ship was left. And Thor, you're taking in the same scene, but you kind of look off a little bit, and you notice something in the water moving, but not in the way that a fish moves. It's pretty large, could be a large fish, but it is moving. It is moving not in the way that a fish moves. Maybe it's a large shark or some other predatory animal, but there's definitely something there, and it's swimming towards these steep cliff faces. And then very quickly, no sooner you notice it kind of disappears. And then back to the boat.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So like he sees this, he's gonna call out, "Do not fall in the water. There is something strange and big in there."
What do you mean, something strange?
I only caught a brief glimpse of it, but I've never seen a water creature big and moving so weird.
Think it's possibly Jormungand this far north?
I hope not.
I believe Falki is a skilled craftsman. I'm sure the boat will hold.
Of course the boat will hold. I crafted it.
I was complimenting you, Falki. You don't have to get upset about things.
I'm not upset. I'm rather excited.
This is excitement.
Sorry, you're just a very loud
Quiet,
person.
quiet,
Very
quiet.
old.
If you want us to land the shore properly, need to keep quiet. There's cliffs right there.
We are near the boat. Let us sail through those rocks.
Are you
carefully.
concerned that the cliffs will hear us?
I believe those are the cliffs of Dover.
It's, when there's a lot of traffic or whatever, and you turn the radio down.
I can't steer the boat with all the music.
Hey lad, is there anything I can do to help?
Yes, shut up.
And
I turn to
with that,
Bjorn. Skull is like, you heard the lad.
I'm gonna turn to Thors. You heard him.
I hear lots of things.
Yeah, I turned the radio up.
I start singing louder.
you guys make it to land on shore. Nice smooth landing, right up on the sand, and you're on the inlet or in the inlet, pretty close to Draengr Thar's wreckage.
All the non-essential, unnamed characters take the perimeter in case anything comes to attack us.
I'm gonna go check
rest of
that
us will go-
shipwreck.
The rest of us will go check on the boat.
They do as such. They also have respect because you guys are the most notable people that have been sent. So they also respect who you are and your authority. You know.
It's convenient that they all decided to wear red shirts.
Sven will also.
Well, not just red shirts, some red cloaks and red shields.
I went with the trusted blue tunic today.
Sven will also go with a small group, to kind of scout the perimeter of where you guys are. So he takes off with them as well. What do you guys do?
All right, let's take a look at this here boat.
Yeah, and I know he's gonna probably do like a check for the boat.
Yeah, I'm taking a look.
But I'm gonna do a natural world check. I just want to see if there's something I know of, or would a cult be better for this quarry?
We'll do natural world.
I just want to see if I know, like, oh, this is what caused some of this damage.
What could have caused this? Sure.
Yeah, ain't happening with a 98.
Yeah, no. You don't notice anything beyond.
And I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what the would come of it, but that is a fumble.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at the boat and you notice that that boat is fucked.
Yes, indeed. The gods did not smile upon this boat.
It's a technical term.
I fear I do not know what caused it, though. Ulf, have you discovered anything?
I'll go over and also take a look. Specifically.
Oh no, sorry, I meant to say Falki who was looking at it.
Oh, that's okay. I mean,
So you guys can pick whatever role you'd like. I would look for.
I was gonna look for bodies. See if
either-
anyone was still around.
Either any sort of spot hidden role as you're kind of like investigating around the boat, or I'll take any sort of boat related, either repair craft, pilot boat role, anything like that.
I got.
My spot hidden
I'm more,
was a 93.
I'm more looking just to see if I can tell, like, did this damage come from like rocks or anything like that?
Okay. So give me a craft. Do you have a craft skill?
Oh yes, blacksmith.
Yeah. We'll do that as your like a boat building skill.
That's going to be a 43, and and my regular craft is 70.
Okay, so that's a success. Falki, as you walk over, you notice you kind of start like inspecting from a distance. You're just kind of standing there with your hand on your chin and just like looking at this boat very hard. And you notice this is only half of a boat. Where's the rest of the boat?
Oh lads, I only got half a boat here. Which is actually a funny story. I got it half off.
Yeah, so now your question is, well, where'd the rest of the boat go?
I think we need to go find the rest of this boat.
Probably in the ocean.
Do I see any signs of
Where-
like anything being dragged or moved?
So you can give me a spot hidden roll if you're looking for that, something like that.
Okay.
Nope. That's 97.
I got an 85. So yeah, no.
I'd like to take a look at the mast and see if I could determine like more information about like how it shattered and got worse than it was previously.
Okay, you can also give me either a craft or a pilot boat roll, because you're looking specifically at the boat and how it's crafted and how it would have gotten to the state it's in.
We are rolling
Wow.
D5.
Well, it was
Hit
good
up the
knowing
wrong party. Are you guys?
It was
Viking?
good knowing Draengr Thar. He was a good man.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you don't really notice much. I mean, it looks like the wreckage of a ship that could have been taken down by a storm. I mean, there's nothing really that indicates anything otherwise.
I mean, I'll give a spot hidden check if the natural world one, if I'm allowed to, since the natural world one didn't go through.
Yeah, I'll do that. What are you looking for in your spot hidden? Just
I guess the same thing, kind of like bodies, any treasure, tracks.
Okay.
Unless do you have a better skill for that?
no, that's good. Spot hidden's good.
All right, I need 50 or lower. Hey, finally.
So that was 18. That's pretty good.
Yeah, sorry, I changed it over. I had it to GM only, but
Yeah, no, it's okay. I just keep having to go back between like my Roll20 screen and like my like module screen. So yeah, that roll is pretty good. So Bjorn, you approach the boat as everyone's kind of, Falki's standing there with his hand on his chin, looking. Everyone's trying to kind of gain some inferences on what's going on here. And you kind of like walk right into the hull of the ship, and you're like looking around, and you see a couple things. You find a small tin cross amidst the debris. It's kind of twinkling in amongst the wreckage. So you notice that, and you notice some tracks, some footprints, and also like dragging prints, like clearly feet, and as if they were hauling something.
I'm gonna pick up the small cross.
Yeah.
Has Christianity arrived in these lands yet?
Yeah.
So
we'll have missionaries out there and stuff.
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what exact year we're actually in. So like
the raiding parties have raided like Christian settlements and stuff like that. So Sven would actually be around at this point in time, and he would see you pick it up, and he would make some comments about how that during the raid that they were returning from, they had actually captured a Christian missionary or priest. Hold on, let me see.
Oh, one or the other.
A priest, yeah. So Sven would recall that they had raided a church and captured a priest wearing a similar adornment to him.
The ones who carry these aren't known for carrying swords at the same time.
And Sven would just say that we had captured him in our raid, taken him back as a prisoner, and to learn more of his people and his ways. He did not fight. He was very.
I'm sure he's very open about his beliefs and wouldn't shut up about it.
We shut him up when he would not.
By Odin's beard. There's certainly a plague on this place.
Oh, what makes you say that?
Weren't you in the bathroom? Where'd you come from?
Where'd you go, Cotton Eye Joe?
Anyway, unlike you guys, I've found some tracks.
Do they look like the other half of a boat?
What? No. Why would they?
You ever read Norse mythology? All kinds of kooky stuff happens.
Listen, if I could write, I would have written the book on Norse mythology, all right?
Maybe you should.
So again, yeah, you notice
he's literate. Yes, they do.
You notice them
mostly runes.
And dragging marks as if they were hauling something.
Yes, as if they're being dragged, not actual dragon.
Dragons, you say?
No, as if
no. Were, just marks as if they were dragged. Dragon marks.
As if they were dragging something. Yeah.
You're telling me the English have a dragon?
I don't know. The English have a dragon.
But they have it on one of their flags. Oh wait, no, I don't think that's the
Scots.
English. It's their
Yeah.
relative, the Welsh.
Do you like the Welsh?
I have never
They're good to
encountered
raid.
such things when I was there, but I do know that that land does bring ill luck to all who set foot there. So if finding Christian relics and Anger's missing, I don't have a great feeling. We must find him.
It could be a tit for tat kind of situation.
Ugh. Yeah,
So
we best be on then. We don't want him waiting too long for us. I'm sure he's suffered enough.
Yeah, so
Also-
we're gonna go outside of the hull of the ship. Is our perimeter still like good? Has anyone died yet?
no one's died, and you can see a lot of the people that are kind of like scouting out there. Some of them are returning back with information like, we didn't find anything. Seems pretty clear. We did hear wolves out there, so we should keep an eye on that. But
I don't want to.
nothing.
I don't want to ruffle anyone's feathers, but who's leading this little renegade rescue mission?
Well, I am the oldest, which I don't know puts me in a leadership position or not.
The ways are old and mysterious.
Definitely
Much like our
advisory.
leadership.
Sven, why don't you lead?
Okay. So you pointed out the footprints, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And the
so-
dragon marks.
So Sven would suggest, I suggest we try and follow these footprints.
And you're an idiot. That's stupid. Wait.
See where they lead.
Everyone, what if we followed the footprints and we followed where they led?
I'll gather the lads and we'll start a party. Let's go. All right, lads. That's enough sitting on your asses. Come on, let's go. We got leaders to find. Come on. Falki's just over
and
there,
everyone
like,
kinda
rounding
like-
everybody up.
Yeah, there are a couple of guys like hustle in. I'll take a track roll from anyone who is going to try and track the print and kind of see where they're going.
Is track a specific? Or
Track
would it-
is specific. If you don't have it, it's underneath throw. If you don't have anything added into it, it's a 10.
It's a 10. Yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Is anyone like actually good at tracking, or we all just?
Just yeet. Just yeet it. Yeah. Nope. 73. I can't track for shit.
Wait.
Yeah,
we
actually,
came to like find somebody, and none of us. We didn't bring a
Thor.
tracker.
Thors, you are confident that the tracks go east.
Maybe let the navigator do.
Hopefully that is.
Yeah,
Bjorn also takes his east.
yeah, I think Ulf is gonna
Bjorn insists it goes north.
take a look and
I kind of
say,
like whack him on the head with my spear.
let me take a look. Might not be on a boat, but might be able to discern. I say, I think we have to dig.
So did everybody roll? And everybody
I
failed?
haven't rolled.
Okay, we'll try that.
10 for me.
I
Gotta roll a 10.
yes.
All right. That's a 32.
Close, sir.
That's
Yeah,
almost not a fail.
Everyone is sort of mixed on which way the footprints go. Some say east, some say west, some say north. It's kind of a crapshoot. Yeah. So what do you got? You guys can push your roll too if you can come up with a justification as to how you're going to do that. Or you can just kind of take a guess.
Whew.
Or you can use luck.
It's just-
You can use luck.
I was gonna say, like a nature roll. So like, does it look like there's like cave formations or something around? Like I know there's cliffs.
Push luck
Does it
you
look
get.
like so your luck is based off of a roll you do. So it's 3d6 times 5.
And then you use your luck points, but you lose them indefinitely. So if you ever are asked for a luck roll, your luck score is lower than if you use luck points.
Let me roll 3d6. You said times 5.
50 is pretty good.
Yep. Yeah, like I have 55 luck.
Wow, you're a
14.
cocksucker.
Oh,
Wow, holy
Nice.
shit.
Wow.
It's gonna be
70 fucking
70
luck
luck, dude.
points. Oh, that's more than...
And Justin, I think you did have the lowest score, so you'd have to use like 22 2 points.
So I'm gonna remember an old tracking trick. I remember from my younger age when they were first teaching us tracking.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something I've never done before, but we seem to be in a desperate. We're kind of desperate, so I'm gonna go bend over to like the tracking, take some of the dirt and throw it in my mouth and start chewing on it.
Yeah, the old taste test. So I will say with pushing the roll, a failure becomes a fumble, which has consequences.
So essentially, I have to roll 10, or I'm poisoned by the dirt.
Or something bad will happen. Yes.
Oh,
So the consequences of failing a pushed roll is it automatically becomes a fumble.
Oh, I can't use luck on this, huh?
No, you cannot use luck on a pushed roll.
Oh, you're a bitch.
That was a mistake.
I like start spitting it out like puh, puh, that was in dirt. Puh, puh.
Yeah, it immediately tastes. I mean, you've been in battles, you've had dirt flung in your mouth. I mean, you know what dirt tastes like, and there's something foul about that dirt in particular. It tasted more putrid and sour than any dirt you've ever intentionally or unintentionally ingested.
Straight booty.
This land is cursed. We should not have come here.
And it's going to take a while for that taste to get out of your mouth.
Should not have come here.
Justin, do you want to use luck to get your thing
How
down?
would that
or
work? Roll what, a 32?
So you needed a 10, so you'd have to use 22 luck. And your luck permanently decreases by 22.
Awful lot of luck.
So if you have 7...
Well, it seems like we're in a desperate
in one
situation,
shot.
and I can't really think of anywhere else I'll use it, so yeah, sure. What, 22?
Yep. I mean, you rolled pretty good, so it's not terrible.
You're on par with me
what we
and
all
John,
have
so.
now.
Yeah.
Okay, listen
So,
here, you dunderheads. That's where the sun is. It's a little past the afternoon, so and he's going like through his like. So north is the right way to go.
And to the rest of the party,
Look,
that
it's not
sounds,
rocket science. The
logic
fucking
right
tracks
there.
are going in that direction. You follow that direction, lads.
I'm just kind of like stroking my beard. Like, I don't know. You did taste the
I need to
dirt.
fucking taste the dirt. Listen, I'm probably the most educated bastard here.
You know how much math I had to use to build those boats?
Knowing the trajectory of the star and the sun,
you-
my foot's gonna be heavily up your ass if you don't get moving.
So you guys start heading that way. It all sounds logic. It all sounds sound.
So
So
what's the
you
blacksmith?
guys make the move and you start.
Hey, I'm a warrior. I also hit things.
And you guys are walking for a while, and about a quarter mile or so down this kind of opens up a little bit to it's like a deer trail, like like animals have been like using this trail, you know, and that seems to be where the tracks are leading down. So you guys are walking down about a quarter mile or
Falcon
so.
just looks to the other ones like ruins.
You guys stumble upon a pretty ghastly sight.
Druids.
The pale gray corpse of a man is nailed to a tree with over a dozen nails. He wears no clothes, and his skin is cold, wrinkled, and tattooed in strange runes. His eyes have been devoured by birds above him in the branches, and a large crow proudly rattles and clicks, something small and wet in its beak. And this sight will cause a sanity check for all who see.
So what do we got to roll for that?
Close my eyes.
Sanity.
No luck.
All right, so my sanity's at 55, so I essentially have to roll below that.
Correct.
Oh, sanity is the same as power, right? Yo, dope.
I got a 16.
Son of a bitch.
So who passes?
My sanity's 80.
My sanity's
Can I
my
use
sanity's 70.
You can't use
Fuck for
you can't
sanity
use
rolls.
you can't use luck
Nope.
on a sanity, huh?
No, not sanity, not luck, and not push rolls.
I also failed by 2.
So the only person who passes is oh wait,
I'm good.
yeah, is Thors. Falki, did you pass
I got a
your
16.
sanity check? Oh,
Not only am I
Yes, of
lucky, I'm
course.
quite sane.
so it's not terrible. I mean, you guys have you're Vikings, right? So you've done some messed up things, seen some messed up things. So it's just going to be one sanity loss for those who failed. mostly because of the strangeness of the situation, like the crow, the nailing to the tree. So yeah, it's going to be 1 sand loss from those who failed.
So hey, the crow has something in his beak.
Yes.
I'd be able to try and shoot the crow.
You can try. I actually don't know what's in his beak. You can try, yeah.
Having my sanity like a little tested, I'm gonna kind of like say to Sven, Sven, is this one of the men who with you?
And Sven is kind of looking the other way from the gruesome sight and kind of like peers over, having already seen, but kind of like winced away. But he peers over again and says, he was not part of our raiding party. I've never seen that man in my life, and much less do I know anything about what could have happened to him.
I mean, he was clearly nailed to a tree.
Scandinavian at all, or does he look more like Anglo-Saxon or something?
So he has a bunch of runes tattooed all over him. I'll take an occult or religion roll from anybody to see what those runes are, if they're like relative to,
Let's see.
I'm gonna shakily walk over to it and kind of like just like very slowly walk over to take a look at the runes because I may know what they are. But yeah, after seeing the sight, I'm a little like just nerve-wracked.
I don't pass.
You guys have seen a lot of different symbols. It could be a different, it could be from another Scandinavian like Viking settlement. You don't think that it's like any Christian symbols, but you're just not really sure.
So I'm going to use 8 of my luck.
That I'm illiterate.
I'm going to use 8 of my luck on my cult roll.
Okay.
Because my occult is like 70.
Yep.
So I'm going to drop down to 42 luck.
Okay.
So that I can see what these runes are.
Okay. Bjorn, you notice that the tattoos, you're actually familiar with them. They are Scandinavian, like Viking runes, and you notice that it kind of is like script, like it actually says something, and it talks about there are different tattoos referring to eating at the great feasts of Valhalla. It's all the runes on him are kind of just talking about like this great feast in Valhalla and eating this great meal.
I mean, I'm assuming I'm familiar with this great meal that awaits great warriors.
Yeah. Like every day you wake up, you eat, you party, you kill to practice for Ragnarok, and then you die, and then you start it all over again.
Yeah. So
I am unsure if this man was our kin, or if he had these tattoos beforehand, or if they were placed upon him by those who killed him. But it speaks of the great feast waiting for us in Valhalla.
Oh, the feast, you say?
Okay, shut up.
I'm just saying, I'm a little famished.
Damn, no, you know damn well about the feast. I've told you all about the damn feast.
Hello, what do I get to do? Am I going to be doing any more blacksmithing? As a matter of fact, with the afterlife, why am I still working?
Okay, shut up.
Sure, the gods will have use for your skills. Come on.
So do you guys just kind of leave the scene and continue, or are you doing anything else here in this moment?
Looking for traces of like how this guy got onto the tree. Like if there's tracks, blood trails, stuff like that.
So to whomever it's relevant, I would accept a medicine roll on the body to kind of see like if you notice anything about him or how he died. If maybe he died before he was nailed to the tree, or whatever.
I got
he
first
is
aid.
butt-ass naked, right?
He is butt-ass naked.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try and roll a 1. So.
Same.
Yeah, I mean, he's very, regardless of his circumstance, I mean, he's very dead. He's very nailed to this tree, naked and getting eaten. So, so if that's it here, you guys can continue heading further north.
How are our men reacting? Are they stubbornly going with us, or like some of them like wanting to turn back?
Some of the younger raiders are vomiting at the site. Maybe some who haven't really experienced and are just coming here to.
Yes, I remember my first disfigured corpse.
Yeah,
I bet the Celts did this.
You always remember your first.
So yeah, some of them are visibly shaken, like they're kind of like nervous. They're looking to you guys for like guidance, you know.
And Thors just like beams at them. It's like, don't worry, man. We should be celebrated for rescuing Draengr and his men. I know he is waiting for us with a smile.
And as the runes say, a feast waits for us in Valhalla, so you got that to look forward to.
And several of the men sort of like beat their chests and just kind of do a Viking yell.
And he goes, yes, you first.
Falki will try and distract them by looking at their armaments. Like, oh, you've been taking care of that properly, lad. You gotta sharpen that, everybody knows. You gotta add a little oil on it. Just talking.
For the love of the gods, Falki, shut up.
So as you guys proceed north, Falki is talking the whole time, trying to keep everybody's spirits up. It's all in good nature. But yeah, Bjorn is like getting mildly irritated at this point.
Here's the one
he's a
about the
little older and a little
blacksmith who could only make dull blades. Yeah, he just didn't cut it.
Oh,
Jesus.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that a little bit blunt for you?
Are we gonna take sand damage from that?
Sorry, what was that?
I was like, are we gonna take sand damage from that? Like,
Oh, for that.
I'm gonna like whisper to Thors, like, if something happens to Falki, leave him.
I'll have you know I'm the only blacksmith in town,
so-
and I haven't trained anybody.
Shut up, Falki!
So you guys head another mile into the foggy northern forests along this narrow deer trail. You guys are still hearing wolves barking and howling in the distance, but a lot of the other men are sort of on point, like, you know, making sure you guys are going to get caught off
Falki's
guard by
definitely
anything.
clutching his axe a little closer.
Clenching his asshole?
Mind your business.
The trail opens into a large clearing, to which you find a large building made of rough-hewn stone blocks, and rotted wood. A heap of dirt, grass, and roots acts as a roof to the structure. The place is truly old and has no visible purpose. The building's doorframe is half sunken into the ground, and a piece of Draengr's hull acts as an improvised door, propped in place from the inside of the building.
Do the tracks lead into towards that building?
even if they didn't.
They led to this general clearing, and it's apparent that this must be where they sought refuge.
All right, Sven, knock on the door.
Worn lettering is carved into the old wooden lintel above the door, and it says, the Lodge of King Kolbeck.
I'm sorry, a king lives here?
That's what it says. Above the door, it reads, the Lodge of King Kolbeck.
Thors just looks over at Ironbeard and's like, who the fuck is that?
Do I remember any tales of a King Kolbeck?
So you can give me a history roll if you have that, or anyone that might, to see if anybody knows anything or can recall any information about who the hell this guy is.
What roll?
Do I have anything?
History.
No, I don't think I have that. Oddly enough.
History.
Does anyone have anything that might be relevant to how you would know this guy?
That I can see.
No, just a cult, natural world,
Yeah.
religion. I don't know if it's a religious thing.
No.
Some kings are worshipped like gods.
No, not this guy. All right, well,
Well,
Got
then, knock on the door. Be polite that he is a king.
Fuck it. We all have a base 10 roll for other kingdoms. It says he's a king, right? I'm gonna use other kingdoms roll.
Oh, YOLO. All right, I got nothing.
See if I know anything about King Yakel.
King of hemoglobin.
I don't.
Kolbeck. Yeah,
I also don't.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are we all just a wee bit of ladies? Am I going to have to be the gentleman to open the door for you?
I've already told Sven 3 times to go knock on the door.
I want to know if there's windows.
No windows. It is a large building, very dilapidated and very old. There's no windows really.
Kind of king
Falki's
can't
gonna go
afford
kick the door in.
windows.
So the the door. One second.
Yeah, if Falki
That's
goes over,
part of the
like,
boat you built.
yeah, if he's going there, like, kick the door, like, Bjorn's like, wait, no, don't.
So the hull of Drangr's boat is pressed up against the door frame from the inside of the.
Wait, so
It's
the-
acting as the door.
So
The door doesn't
hull
really
of his boat. The guys were looking for a boat is
is
that's what,
is
that's the
inside
door.
the inside
Okay,
pressing up against the
I'm
door.
not going to kick it then
There's
because
no
I
real
made it.
door.
I am going to open it though. I was like, well, there
Yeah,
you go,
okay.
ladies. Don't cut your skirts down while you're walking in there. And I'll step in.
Please, for the love of the gods, something stab him from the doorway.
I love it. Okay,
About-
let's see here. So
How far would you say we are from like the shore?
so the lodge is about a mile north of the corpse. The corpse was about a quarter mile from the, like, once you hit the deer trail, and it was maybe another quarter. You're about like a
It's
mile
like-
and a half.
I mean, it's
Not
still
far,
weird as
miles.
fuck that the other half
It's
of the
over there,
mast
yeah.
is damn near 2 miles away from the boat.
Yeah.
Well, it was part of the hull. We don't know if it's all of the hull.
And you guys, I will just say, like, you guys are very, very far north, and it is freezing during the day. So you can imagine how cold it will be come nighttime. So I'm just putting that information out in the ether.
All right. Well, I think
Ethos.
approximately what time is it?
You probably arrived, midday. I don't know, late afternoon still. There's still plenty of sunlight to be had.
Do I see anything in this hut as I walk through? Mocking them.
Yeah. So to actually, you're gonna have to basically knock down this, or with some sort of strength ability, like move aside this
Okay.
boat hull. I'm gonna need some sort of like strength roll to see,
I'm good, baby.
or you
Thank
can use like some sort of tool or pry bar.
I do have my axe, and I believe myself as a craftsman. So can I use my axe to kind of like just give me like some leverage to push it aside?
Yeah, give me a strength roll using your axe to see if you can sort of get your axe in
So
and
just
like
like a straight
move
strength.
aside the. Yeah.
It's going to be an 85, and my strength is 80.
Hey,
How
you could use
No, I'm
luck.
pretty. No,
Or you
yeah,
can
you know
push
what?
the
I'll
roll.
push the roll.
So what are you going to do differently, or to push that roll?
Could I assist?
Sure. So you're
Yeah,
you seem kind of
I seem struggling.
yeah.
It's like
I am
Need a hand?
also going to assist by saying, put your backs into it.
Okay. So Bjorn is kind of giving you the morale, and Thors also juts his axe in. So now you have like dual momentum,
Oh,
and we'll
that's going
take
to be
another
a
a
6.
push roll. Nice. Yeah. You guys are super careful because you don't want to ruin the boat even more, because the craftsmanship that went into making the boat. Even though it's destroyed and it's never going to see the sea again, it deserves a little more respect than that. So you're able to move it aside using your Viking strength, nice and easily. It doesn't. There's no disruption to the
And,
lodge itself.
once I
or
have
the
move,
boat.
I make my insults. There you go,
Okay.
ladies. Don't wrinkle your skirts while you're walking in.
So the dim interior of the lodge is unremarkable. Like many lodges of the day, it is a single rectangular room, large enough to hold several dozen people. Other than the sound of rats scurrying under the floorboards here, there are still no signs of life, and the room somehow feels colder than the outside. A huge fireplace is set into the far wall of the place. Above the fireplace is a crude, ghastly painting of a severed animal head. The head has the features of a boar, but with a fishy-like mouth. Below its neck is brushed, dried, and crusty blood. Unusually, the fireplace is piled with far too much wood inside its great hearth, so much so that the wood overflows on the floor in a disorganized mess. Much of the wood is from the boat, and some of the wood underneath the pile seems to have been burned, and the faint smell of burned oak emanates from the
Literally,
fireplace.
only an Englishman could live like this.
So yeah, you're in this lodge.
I guess we're just gonna, look around to try to find anything. Like,
All right, gang.
clues. All right.
Yeah, so who wants to look where, why, and for what?
I'm gonna check out the fireplace.
Give me a spot hidden roll on the fireplace.
All right. Sweet. 58. I pass.
Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, so you go over to the fireplace and yeah, I mean, there's just so much wood, and you instantly recognize some of the wood is like from the boat, and some of the wood looks like it's from the nearby forest area. Even maybe some other boats that aren't Draengr Thar's boats. But there's a lot of wood, and it's like overflowing over into the floor of the lodge. You smell that burnt wood, so it was used maybe semi-recently, but like there's so much wood there. And as you're standing and inspecting, you're kind of breathing in and smelling this burnt oak. You get like a slight breeze almost coming from the fireplace, and it's very cold.
I start digging.
So you want to start like moving the timber aside?
Yeah. So that's gonna take a little while, so we can move on to someone else.
Yep. So that happens, and you start like kind of like moving this wood aside, and yeah, we'll let somebody else, whatever they're gonna do.
Can I take a closer look at the painting?
Yeah, you can. So you go over and inspect the painting, and yeah, it's this very peculiar boar, except it has this fish mouth and like thin feet, but tusks like a boar, and it's got the general body shape of a boar, and there's like dried blood, like part of the painting would actually use blood itself. If you give me an occult or a religion roll, you might be able to discern more.
Yeah, let's go with occult. I need
Okay.
70 or lower. Okay, finally.
Yeah.
So yeah, what did you roll? Oh, 40, nice. Yeah, so you've been around a while. I mean,
Yeah, I've seen this.
yeah, this is an image of Sarimnir, the mythical animal that's killed every night to feed the dead of Valhalla. The man who built this place clearly looked forward to that feast. This is the animal that they kill every day to feed all the people in Valhalla.
Ah, yes, I've seen this before. 3 times, in fact.
So the person whose lodge this is, that was very important to them, to where they would put this above their fire.
I'm going to point to one of the random people that we brought on the ship who doesn't have a name, so is it important?
Okay.
You, come here.
I have a name, you know.
I'm sure you do.
What?
I take the painting down. I want you to hold this for me.
It's rather large, so he kind of has to really stretch his arms out, like very far to either side of him. So much so that he can just barely get his fingers like around either side of the painting.
If you have some rope, you can tie it to your back, but I want that brought back with us.
He says,
Volky's gonna chime in. He's
Sure
like, this isn't a raid. This is a rescue mission. What are you doing?
For the love
don't
of
believe
God,
in a God.
Falky, shut up! I meant God. You know what I meant. I'm old.
Ah, we got a convoy
so
on our
this
hands,
guy's
lads.
just sort of like standing to the side of the room with this
Okay,
large.
I will stab you with this cross. Like a fucking vampire.
Also, I will say in the center of this room is a very sturdily built table, a very sturdy table that can easily sit a dozen men.
Yeah, Falky, shouldn't you be looking at this table and amazed at how well it's built?
Several old chairs are scattered around as well. And yeah. So we've got Thor's kind of like moving this wood aside. Bjorn is very interested in this painting, and he's requesting that this guy hold it. Ulf and Falky, what are you guys kind of doing in the room, looking around for?
I will just tell that guy who's holding the painting, if
Yeah.
you bring that back to the village, you'll have earned a name.
This was the only
Aye.
only room in this cabin.
Yes, it's just one large rectangular room.
Yeah. It's a lodge, so it's basically just a huge beer hall.
Yes. Yeah. So there's the table. You guys can kind of look around the room for anything else.
Besides the table, is there any other like furniture that's standing out? Any type of dressers or anything like that, or?
No, not really. There's this large table, a bunch of chairs scattered around. You would notice there are several bedrolls and bags of men's belongings scattered around the room as well.
I'll probably look through some of those belongings then.
Okay. So if you give me a luck roll as you're perusing through these bedrolls, we'll see what you stumble upon.
That's a pass.
26. So yeah, going through these belongings, you find you're able to find a small knife, a hatchet, and a nice leather cap. You'd find some rope as well, like a good length of rope.
Okay.
But nothing personal, no personal effects or anything like that. Just some like I said, tools and that sort of thing.
Okay. I would probably, after I finish that, I'd probably go over to the table and try and inspect it. See if it's, bolted down at all by any way, if it's, movable, and definitely check underneath it on the underside.
Okay. Yeah. So give me a spot hidden roll on the inspection of the table. Yep. Sorry, that roll. Nice. Yeah. Okay.
That's less than half, so whatever that is, great success.
Yeah, that's like an extreme.
Okay. Yeah. So you kind of peruse around the table. Immediately on the table, you notice Draengr's boat sail is draped.
Oh, it's at Hearts. Yes, there we go. Yeah.
So Draengr's boat sail is draped along the table, along with some bone sewing needles and thread are nearby, and showing that it looks like it was undergoing repair. Someone was trying to repair the boat sail. You also notice when you look under the table, the word troll is carved into the largest center leg of the table. Just the word troll, Troll.
That's in English.
Yes.
Hey, my axe is named after a troll.
The word it was it was.
The
Is it written in English or Norse? Okay.
English.
Am I the only one who knows English, or can other people read it too?
I think just you. Maybe Bjorn, having been rated.
I got other language. I got 20 for English. I probably know some words.
So having been in English, you probably been in England the longest, good portion of your life. You probably know more, more diverse, more, yeah.
You have a bigger vocabulary.
Yeah. Yeah. Is anyone doing anything else, or are we going to go back to Thor's?
It's only the center leg that has that written on it, right?
Yeah, someone carved the word troll into the center leg.
I would tell the other guys, or Falki, who's not doing shit right now, or
supervising.
To look at the underneath of possibly the chairs as well.
Oh yeah, I can take a quick look for you. I'll start going over the chairs as I'm kicking them. I'm just kicking them down and then taking a look. Kicking them down, taking a look.
Yeah, give me a spot hidden as you're kind of.
That's going to be an 85.
Doing that, looking for stuff. Yeah. Other than the fine craftsmanship of the table itself, I mean, this is a really beautifully made table. Especially for the age of the the rest of the lodge. The painting's very good, but it's just an old, very old building. I mean, this is the sort of table that would be gifted to somebody or made.
Falki, for the God's sake, that's
not
how you look
at the table. I'm looking
at
the chairs, you dumbass.
But you don't.
I rolled a 96 on my spot hidden, and I just take my spear and I toss one of the tables across. Sorry, I toss one of the chairs across the wall and just break it.
Give me a luck roll.
I hope you fail it.
Oh, luck roll.
Yep.
Damn.
I pass. That's a 34.
Okay. So you chuck this chair across the table as Falki's like appreciating the craftsmanship of it all, to prove a point, and you notice the chair like splinters against the wall, but it sort of rips a piece of parchment that was nailed to the wall, and it sort of like feathers to the ground beside Falki.
Oh, what do we have here? Looks like I found something after all.
I was the one who tossed
Hey,
the
but I
chair.
picked up the parchment. I'm going to take a look.
Yeah, Falki, I'm going to send you a handout. Oh, well,
I got it.
did you get that?
I got it.
It was
Yeah,
already.
I think it went to
in
everybody,
the,
but Falki,
journal.
I must have given it to you guys already. Yeah. But so this is the parchment that you guys, Falki picks out, and it's been like sprayed with blood, and the bottom of it reads, "The king labored and ate from the flesh of Serimnir and delighted in death."
Oh, we got a bit of a status.
Scrawled in like some Greek.
I don't know. This is what happens in the. You did not listen to any
I'm
of the
sorry, I'm
stories I
hard of
told
hearing.
you
I was hitting
growing
the
up.
hammer all day.
So anyone who speaks English or with an appropriate religion roll could identify a little bit more.
Right. Yeah, I speak English. So you want me to do an English roll, or do you want me to do a cult roll, religion?
Yeah, just speaking English should suffice. I won't require any roll. But so if you go over and kind of like gaze at this, Falki's looking at it, you would notice right away this parchment and this sort of page looks to be taken from a holy manuscript, likely seized from a church in England.
Okay.
That's it.
We are dealing with Englishmen.
So you guys do that, and we'll go back to Thor's. You finally reach the bottom of this wood pile, and it's just a big ass hole, and you don't know how far it goes down, but yeah, it's just a hole into the earth.
Thor looks behind him and he calls out, "Does anyone have rope?"
Yeah, I reach in my bag and hand it over and say, told you we had to dig.
So Thor ties a knot around one of the logs and just drops it down and holds the end of the rope and sees just how far it goes.
So how far
The
does it
bottom.
go? It goes all the way down. Yeah, I mean, it goes down pretty far. I mean, maybe 15 feet, 15, 20 feet.
Okay.
But so as you drop the rope down and you're kind of like making this like inference, you hear a voice coming from the entrance where you guys came in from. You hear a loud and commanding voice echo into the lodge. A female voice. "Who disturbs my husband's hall?"
Fen, go out and say hello.
Sven is kind of like crouched down because he was also kind of like inspecting around like by the table, and he kind of peers over this sturdy table, and he sees the same thing you all do, which is emerging from the mist that is the outside. A woman, somewhat older than middle age, but younger than old age. She's dressed in fine but long faded raiments. She carries an old oak spear, which she grips tightly in her hand, and has a heavy blood-stained sack over her shoulder. Thick-bodied flies buzz around it. "Who are you that disturbs my husband's hall?" she again demands, as she takes note of everyone in the vicinity of the lodge.
Thank you, back row, for warning us. My lady, I am Bjorn. Ironbeard Bjornsson.
"What are you doing here in my husband's lodge?"
Oh, we're looking for a captain, a leader.
Falki, for the love of gods, shut up.
Well, you know, I'm very persuasive.
Look, if you want to just kill him, the rest of us will be on our way.
Your door was made out of a part of his boat. You got some questions we got answering.
When you say, the minute you say part of his boat, she starts to say like I don't know who your leader is. But the minute you make note of the boat, she kind of scoffs.
Ah, so you know who I'm talking about.
She just scoffs. Yeah, she sort of scoffs, and she says, I've met Draengr Thar when his boat ran ashore here. I told him to seek my husband's counsel, man to man, before bringing his men into his lodge for shelter. But Draengr scorned me, threw me to the ground, and took his men into the shelter anyway. My husband is a man.
That sounds just like
the
him.
good old days.
Oh, Draengr. She says, my husband is a man of great seriousness, and does not take lightly to insult. He seized Draengr Thar, his men, and his treasure, and have them held captive in his great keep.
Yes, we have found the keep.
I think my husband will be indisposed for some time with the captive. It will take him days to assess those men and see which ones are worthy to join his fellowship.
All right, listen here, lass. Listen here, lass. He's gonna go up to her and like point a finger at her. You're gonna tell us exactly where what's his
Jesus
name?
Christ.
You're gonna tell us exactly who Draengr Thar and any of the survivors are. We're gonna come, or else we're gonna ransack this place like it's no
I'm gonna
tomorrow.
whisper over to the Thors Thorsson. All right, this is where we lose Falki.
I'm still looking
just,
at her
just let
in
this
the whole.
happen.
Darwinism.
It was like
Darwinism at play.
Is there a reason why you had a big hole in here?
I'm just wagging my finger right in her face.
She does not like being threatened. She's gonna attempt to slap your throat with her spear.
Axe and say what's up. No, I have a sword. Ha ha ha. I'm gonna take out my sword and say what's up to this bitch.
Hold on. I have to get all my dice. Give me one second.
Yeah, I've got my spear.
Shit! I'm gonna fuck her up.
Yeah, no, we're about to get one-shotted by this.
Well, I mean, you may be Vikings, but you're still squishy peoples. Sorry, I'm just grabbing my dice.
So how does this armor mechanic work? Anyway, because like armor has like a 1d6 or like a 1d8 value by that much
the damage
or what? Yeah, because like I don't know how armor works.
I just have winter clothes, which is a 1d2 -1.
Okay, so this is going to be a surprise on Falki, because I don't think you were necessarily expecting her to strike.
Does she have a spear in her hand?
She does.
Okay, then I guess I would expect to be possibly attacked.
At this point, I'm just saying, Falki, no, don't.
Let's see here. So, fighting maneuvers. So it's going to be her fighting brawl against your dodge. Yeah. Is that how this works? I think. Sorry, I know we went through this last time. All right, so roll me a dodge roll as she rolls her attack.
That is going to be. It's going to be a 21.
Well, she rolled a 98, so that's not good for her.
Get stabbed by a whole bunch of Vikings.
Yeah, so she attacks. She immediately thrusts her spear up towards Falki's neck.
Oh, that's no way to treat a guest.
And then we'll do a what's everybody's dex, because that would be initiative order.
Mine is
dex is 60.
Okay.
So we'll just roll off like a d10 to see who goes first on the 60s.
The investigator. Okay. Anywhere from there. Okay. Yeah. Do that. Because I'm also 60. So let me roll. What do you say? A D10 will do.
Yeah. Or fuck it. D100. Why not?
I got a 5.
I got a 93.
So you're going first. I'm going second. Ulf is third, and you're last.
All right.
I would go after all you guys because I have less dex.
Okay. So you can, on each character's turn in the dex order, they can choose to initiate an attack against an opponent. In addition, each time a character is attacked, they get to choose how they will respond, be it by dodging, attempting to avoid the attack completely, or fighting back, attempting to avoid, block, or parry an attack while also making one of their own. Both attacker and defender roll a d100 and compare their level of success. If you are fighting back, use your fighting skill. If you are dodging, use your dodge skill. Okay, it's a simple matter. The winning side avoids receiving any damage and will inflict damage unless dodging on their opponent. When fighting back, the best a person can achieve is a regular damage, whereas the character initiating the attack, if successful, could achieve extreme damage. All right, so I would go first then. I would get a second attack, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she's going to fiercely defend her husband. She is very loyal to her husband. And as quickly as she struck her spear towards your throat, she takes a small knife from her hip and tries to gut you pretty much. And we'll do, I'm going to attack. So you can choose, Falki, to either dodge or attack back.
Can I parry with my long axe and go for a strike?
Sure.
I use the shaft of my axe to move her knife out of the way.
Yeah, okay, that should suffice.
Do I roll for my long axe?
You roll
then?
fighting brawl, and then whatever your.
Because my long axe says the regular is 60.
I think that's if your blunt damage deal maximum plus scaling weapons deal maximum weapon damage. So dodging. I think that's if you're fighting. Fighting brawl skill includes unarmed combat, and then the use of simple weapons like knives, clubs, however, wielding a sword requires the fighting sword specialization. So I guess
axes are their own specialization as well.
Axes, right? So I guess you would use. Yeah, you would. If you're fighting back, you use your fighting skill, whatever. So fighting sword, fighting axe, whatever. So yes, you would use your axe.
I gotta roll below 60.
Okay, and I need to roll.
I got a 92.
65 is what I need. Oh, one dice fell off the table. Well, I rolled a 96, so that's a fail. So yeah.
Round great.
So, and you passed on your fighting back.
No, I got a 93.
Okay, so I think
it's better than you.
So I think it's a stalemate right there. Yeah, no one does any damage, but you kind of have the upper hand there.
You both go for something, fumble, smack each other in the head really quick, and you have to kind of reset.
Yeah, we're just sort of smacking each other with our bare hands.
Still wagging my finger in her face.
She picks up your axe, oh sorry, you grab her spear. Yeah, sorry, you guys kind of reset.
So yeah, whoever's next can make a move.
All right, that'd be me.
Okay.
Thors looks at the rope he's still holding, looks at her. He just drops the rope and takes out his shield and just charges, just to absolutely like a football player, just go right through her.
Okay. Roll me an attack.
It's an attack. Let's see. Yeah, that's going to be 60 I need. Because I did spec into shield.
And I'm gonna roll my
Yeah, buddy, I made it.
Okay, I'm gonna roll my fighting brawl as well for a return at 82. Man, yeah. All right, so yeah, you got me. So roll the damage for whatever your.
So that's shields. Oddly enough, are not very damaging. That's 1d4. And I was trying mostly to go for more of a maneuver anyway, but whatever. Takes 2 damage.
Okay.
And I was mostly just trying to pin her to the ground.
Yeah. No, that's pretty good. Yeah, you kind of thrust her back, off her balance a little bit, and she's kind of stumbling, trying to catch herself in the doorway. So whoever's next can take
your head off.
Well, we really shouldn't do that because we need to know where her husband's keeping our guy.
Just like Ulf said, we gotta dig.
I'm gonna make a sword attack.
All right, I'm gonna she's trying to catch her balance, so she's just gonna do a dodge because I don't think she's in a position to really try and get a return attack. So I'm just gonna dodge. Oh wow, 28. So she dodges.
I did
successfully.
pass.
Did you pass or fail your attack? Okay.
And he beat you
with a
20. You got a 22, yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, so I think your attack
still
goes on, still hits.
Yep. Unless one of you succeeded harder.
Right. You're right. Okay. I see. And a return. I wasn't doing a return attack. I was just doing a dodge anyway.
Oh, so you need like a 15 or something like that. So
if you are dodging, your attacker needs to achieve a higher level of success than you. So I had a regular success on my dodge, and you had a extreme success?
Yeah, it goes hard and then extreme,
Probably
right?
hard.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So that's a hard
what's your sword
success.
skill? 60 or something? Okay.
Okay. Yep. So you successfully strike me with your sword.
Right.
Okay. Hit me with some damage.
That's like 1d6 plus damage bonus.
Wow.
Right?
How much-
6.
Sorry, I'm not
Okay.
on the screen. How much damage was that?
6.
Yeah.
Do you have-
Plus,
Do you have a
plus
damage
ze-
bonus to that,
zero.
or you like zero build 0? Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah. So you can explain how where you want to strike it. That was a really good hit. So she's currently like stumbling in the doorway, trying to like catch herself from falling out.
Yeah, if
into
possible,
the ground
depending on how
outside.
much life she still has, I'm gonna chop off her arm that's holding the spear.
Ooh. Give me a luck roll on that attack. You did have a hard success, but that's a pretty hard.
I definitely fucking got that. I rolled an 18.
Wow. Yeah, you I mean, your blade is sharp. Maybe even Falki like crafted it for you. But or maybe it was an English blacksmith, but this sword is smooth as butter. And she's got her arms like outspread, like clinging to the doorway, and you just come and clean slice from the shoulder. I mean, just like you're cutting through like butter. And she falls to the ground, as does her arm, still clenching the spear.
Right. Let's ask again.
So my turn.
Yes.
I'm gonna walk over to her, and I also have a spear because I've been using it as like my walking stick. But I'm just gonna like put my foot on top of her and put
Yeah.
the spear down. He's like, "You yield."
I will defend my husband till my last breath. And she kind of reaches for your ankle as if she's going to try and like rip the ground out from beneath you.
Do I get any advantage for like a spear attack?
You can roll your attack.
Wouldn't she be at disadvantage because she's outnumbered, or does that only work for against us? Is specific, you know what I mean?
I'm not sure. I'm just gonna. She'll try and roll. She's not like fearful of being outnumbered. Like I'll look into that rule. After this, but like she's determined. Like she will die if she has to. So like the number doesn't really matter to her. But if you're gonna try and strike down on her with your spear, she will try and dodge, which is she's gonna try and roll out of the way.
I mean, she probably will because my spear I need a 35. So.
Her dodge, she needs a 30. So.
Ooh, yeah, no, that's a 98. That's a fumble, actually.
That's a 48. So you have a spear?
Yep.
Yeah, you strike, you like threaten her. She gives her response, and you kind of thrust your spear down, and you clip, like you miss and clip a large stone outside the doorway, and actually break the tip off of your spear.
Oh, that was my favorite spear.
So does that bring us back to the queen?
Yeah, I think that does bring us back to her.
Hold on, I didn't.
Okay.
Get that.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
we took Falki.
Oh crap. Okay. Yeah, you should have went before
What
Bjorn.
was my
but,
turn?
yeah,
What
go
was
ahead.
my turn in the turn order?
You were
well-
after me.
Wasn't I?
Yeah, sorry,
wasn't
I
I third?
skipped you.
Yeah.
But at this point, I'm kind of looking
Yeah.
at Falki now as if like, I want to take back every terrible thing I've ever said about him. Is like, Falki, my spear.
Don't worry. Worst case, I'll make you a new one, and I'm gonna. Or maybe I'll just take hers, and I'm gonna come
Okay.
down with my long axe.
Yeah.
Aim for her hands.
Again, she's kind of, she can't really do much except dodge at this point. So
Yeah, I got an 80.
she got
so
a
I
54, which is also a fail. Yeah. So again, the same thing. I mean, your axe doesn't break, but you kind of like Bjorn's kind of like in the way because the doorway's only so wide. So you kind of like come over and you like kind of thrust your axe between like an opening, but you kind of miss, and Bjorn's like struggling to keep her pinned. So okay, so that would bring us to the top with Queen Lefthena. She's going to do like an unarmed brawl.
I would
She's gonna
argue
try
that she
and
is unarmed.
grab. God damn you. Yeah, she's gonna do that. So she's gonna reach for Bjorn and sort of like she's just gonna punch him in the nuts. She's gonna try and like or the gut, try and reach up and just
Classic
like-
dick punch.
heavy arm just punch you.
Classic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. She's gonna do the old classic there. So her her
Straight
attack is
peanut butter.
98, so not good.
So should I? Can I
just punch herself in the face?
Fuck
can
that.
I like
Hit
try
her
to
with her
whack
own
her with
arm.
my stick as like a counter?
Bjorn, she finds out in that moment that Bjorn is actually wearing a cup, a carved wooden,
Not my first time on the field.
and her other hand is like hurting now.
Can I like try to do like a counter attack and try to hit it with the stick?
Not yet.
Yeah,
Or
you
yeah.
have to be on your turn. Yeah.
Oh,
Or-
I thought if she does an attack, like you can do like a counter thing.
Oh, you didn't roll. You didn't roll. Oh wait, yeah, I failed. But did you do?
I did not.
Okay, all right, yeah, do that. Yeah, sorry.
I failed.
Okay, so, no, you cannot. And then I think it's Ulf is next, or
Nope, scores.
oh, Thors. Okay.
So he walks over, picks up
Yo,
her severed
there you
arm.
go.
and starts slapping her with her own hammer.
In,
Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting
yeah.
yourself.
an unarmed strike
Man,
with
dude,
an
I gotta
arm?
hand it to you.
That makes no sense. Two thumbs way up. Yeah, all right. She's gonna try and dodge her own arm.
This is not. This is the first time I've tried to do this before, so it's only going to succeed on a 45. No, it's a 72. Womp womp.
Yeah, I also did not dodge. So again, now there's
I'm just like messing with her face with her severed arm now.
her own finger goes up her nose a little bit as it's like slopping around. Yeah, there's just a lot of people in the doorway right now, and everyone's trying to take her out, but she's somehow still like breathing. Now Ulf would be
let's
up.
see. Let's roll. You would wait, unarmed strike. Oh yeah, 25. I am gonna go for the opposite leg. So if it was her left hand, I'm going for the right leg. All right.
All right, let's do it. We will try and dodge.
Ooh, that's a fail.
We suck.
Yeah, 58 on the dodge, so no bueno. It's just a mangle of like limbs everywhere in this doorway, and no one can seem like you go. I imagine you go to like chop off her leg, but for a second you realize that you were like looking at the wrong leg, so you try and like it was actually one of your compatriot legs. So like you're trying to reorient yourself, and you like miss the swing. Now would be Bjorn.
Oh, it's Falki.
Okay.
No, I'm pretty sure it's my
I'm gonna
turn
take
now.
it. Oh yeah, right.
Falki.
All right, third time's the charm. I'm gonna come down with my long axe.
Okay.
Whoa.
That is a 1.
Wow.
That's a
shit.
crit.
All right. Yeah, she's not gonna be able to dodge that. Yeah, you come in with your axe on her. Yep. And yeah, you catch her right in the chest, right down her chest, and she is dead, and no, it doesn't have an arm.
I am gonna pick up her spear.
So once I've done that, as close as she says, like, well, ask your questions.
I use her arm and slap him with it.
So yeah, there's her arm that was gripping the spear, and there was also this heavy blood-stained sack that she was carrying on her shoulder that has since spilled onto the ground.
Well, I'm gonna take her spear.
Okay, you pick up the spear and give me either like a craft roll or some sort of like blacksmithing.
I mean, my craft, I need 5%.
Holy shit!
Blacksmith, and I got
Oh!
Oh shit! You made it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Um,
fuck you, Falki.
Yeah, you pick up the spear, and Falki makes like some comments about the spear, and it's like finally made, and like
For the love of
pick
God, Falki, shut up.
you pick it up,
Please,
and
shut up.
you noticed a couple things about the spear. One, the tip of the spear is pure silver, which is you don't see anything like that. This spear is made of pure silver. The tip, and the craftsmanship is unlike anything. It doesn't come from any settlement that you know, English or Viking settlement. This is something new, something strange. And yeah, we'll leave it there because it is just past 10. I will say Queen Lapthena had a lot of information that may have been useful, but no longer.
Well, we've made our bed. So force testers it is.
So yeah, we'll leave it there. You've just killed this lady, talking about her husband, and you've got this like tunnel thing that goes beneath the lodge in the fireplace. All very odd.